Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 4. Now, I was looking at my garage and I realized I had an E36 M3 that hadn't been touched yet, and I was like, there's no way that I can have an E36 M3 in my garage and not turn it into a drift car. This is one of my personal favorite drift chassis, and it's interesting because the E36 chassis in general has really started to gain popularity among the real-life drift community lately, or I say lately, meaning within the past few years, and it was popular before that, but it seems to have recently really gained a massive amount of extra popularity. Maybe because they're so available, I'm not exactly sure. That's probably why, but God, this thing gets hella slammed. You know, tucked at the front and the rear when you lower it all the way down on drift suspension. That's ridiculous. All right, with full weight reduction, this thing weighs 2584, which is pretty respectable. That's really respectable, actually. My question is, should we leave the stock engine in it? And also, we are going to be running a Rocket Bunny wide body kit. So, let's see. Should we single turbo the stock engine? Let's see what our swap options are. RB26 and a 4-liter V8. I like the idea of a small displacement, high revving V8. I really do, actually. Small displacement, high revving twin turbo V8. I'm in for that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's run, you know what? Let's run sports on this one because I'm willing to bet that the sport tires may actually help us in terms of, let's run a 295 in the back. What are we running in the front? 275. So 275, 295. That's not bad. And then for wheels, we can run, no, you know what? I really want to run something like sort of classic JDM style, but, you know, like definitely very race focused. And I'm thinking these Wed Sport TC105Ns just work so perfectly well that I wouldn't want to change them. I think they look great, so I'm not going to mess with them. I'm genuinely not going to mess with them. So we put the Rocket Bunny lip. We can take the wing off. You know what? We're going to run no wing on this car. We're going to just run the back end of the car completely bare because, really, this is a drift car. I'm not really worried about the rear end aerodynamics of the car. I mean, you kind of want it to play a role when you hit high speeds, but in a car like this, not concerned. I'm genuinely not concerned about it. So, let's see. Get this thing fully built, fully built. And we'll get that block bored out. Pistons and compression, race turbos, race cooling, well, race intercooler and piping, and then oil cooling, and then a race flywheel. So we're going to sit at 867 horsepower and 561 foot-pounds of torque, at around 3,200 pounds. Now, I will say I am mildly disappointed that they don't let you put a V8 in this car because this car is such a prime candidate for a V8, it's not even funny. It really, like, if you could put, like, an LS or even one of the Ford V8s in here, it would be a really good fit for the chassis, especially in a drift car application. But honestly, I'm not sure why they don't let you do that, but it's one of those it is what it is and you move on type things, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and we'll mess with the paint just a little bit because I like the blue, but I'm not completely certain that I'm sold on it. So let's do the oh man, oh wow. I wasn't thinking I was gonna run with a factory color. But I like that. I like that yellow. I know there's probably going to be a lot of people out there that are not going to like the yellow, but that's, like, it's so different. It's like you don't see that. You really don't see that. And I think it's like it's different enough to where it's really, really cool. So let's see. Do we want to do... I think I might just leave the wheels black. I mean, and I know that, like, the kind of bumblebee look, quote-unquote, is not really a popular look for BMWs, but I think it pulls it off. I think it pulls it off really well. And yellow is one of those colors on cars where it's like a love it or hate it type thing. And I do want to put, let's see, rear bumper. Yes. Load a vinyl group. And load vinyl group. And let's see, we'll go ahead and make that just a little bit smaller. Find a spot to put it. Oh, it's like got a perfect spot right there. No big deal. And you know what? To make it like We have to rotate it just a little bit. So it looks like just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it fits the personality a little bit more that way. I was going to use the word, well, no, you know what? I'm not going to use that word because there's going to be yeah, I don't know. So many people use the word edgy in terms of, like, just cringe that I don't even want to use it. So let's step out of the garage now and see what this thing can do. We're going to run it on the baseline setup. Oh, my God, I realized I just didn't tune it. Well, we'll drive it out of the festival, and then we'll tune it. Oh, my God. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Holy crap. Well, it slides, that's for sure. So let's get away from the festival real quick. We'll get out of here. And then once we get out of here... All right, now that we're out of here, let's go ahead and jump into the tuning. And I'm going to do a really quick baseline setup. Let's see. Slightly shorter rear end, like nothing too crazy. Little bit of toe out. Well, you know what? Actually, let's make this thing, like, properly stiff. Stiffer in the rear than in the front, but still properly stiff. So let's see from here. I think I'm gonna make the acceleration 100%. I'm gonna leave the rest alone, and we'll see what we've got on our hands now. It definitely hits its, like, grip resistance point in fourth. It doesn't, I don't know, it's weird because it sounds like it's going to stop spinning up the rear wheels, but then it lets you keep going, which is kind of odd. It's like it just finds this weird extra reserve of torque, and then once it gets up into the upper RPMs, it just hauls. I just wish I had a higher, like, the option of a higher torque V8. Because this one is super peaky, and there's nothing wrong with that, but in this application, especially with this chassis, I kind of just want that torque punch. I want to be able to just ease into the throttle and spin up the rear tires kind of at a moment's notice. So in that respect, I feel like a V8 would have been a perfect option for this car, and I feel like at the same time, you know, it kind of makes, it's weird because I feel like the RB26 would have performed just about the same as the way this is performing, so I don't think there's, like, a big reason to go with the RB26 over this engine, although when you are flat out in fourth, my God, it's perfect. It's so stable. Like, between, 50 and 80 miles an hour, flat out in fourth, you literally just hold the throttle down and you modulate occasionally. And it just keeps the rear tires spinning. It's just about the perfect balance of tire grip, power, and gear ratio for you to be able to just stay in the throttle and not have to manage it really at all, not have to, like, manage the throttle, but just stay right on top of the car. And you can even actually, once you get going a little faster, you can shift to fifth, and it behaves about the same. I only really lifted twice in that whole section. And look, I can just lay into it, and it's just got just enough grip that it can really keep pushing itself forward. But at the same time, it's not, so much grip that it's overcoming what the power is capable of. It's not going to overpower the grip too much. Or, well, the grip isn't going to overpower the engine too much. God, yes! I really like this car. Like, I genuinely like this car. It's so good. There it goes. There it goes. Oh. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Oh, my God. Wow. Holy crap. Your power band is between 6 and 9. 100% your power band is between 6 and 9. Oh, angle. Wow. Okay, that was a little much. super easy, though. Like, if you're committed, super easy car to drive. So reliable. Like, and again, when I use the term reliable, I mean that in terms of, like, reliable, like, in terms of performance. Like, it's not gonna try to whip on you. It's not gonna try to spin on you. It's gonna do exactly what you tell it to do, no matter what. Now, the flip side of that is if you screw up, you know you screwed up, because a car like this is so easy and consistent that if you screw it up, you know exactly what you did. But this would definitely be a good beginner drift car, because this car has a lot of the dynamics that a beginning drifter would want to learn. I mean, to be honest, like, in this car, you can't just rely on the power, especially if you want to maintain big slides at high speed. You can't just rely on the power. You have to rely on some on entry speed, some on, clutch kicking, e-braking. You can't just stand on the throttle and then, like, boom, there's your quote-unquote drift car, you know what I mean? Because if that was the only criteria for a drift car, then anything over 600 horsepower would be a drift car, you know what I mean? Little tiny bit of throttle modulation, tiny bit coming down the hill. Yeah, your money gears are going to be 4th and 5th in this car, 100%. Little wall tap right there. Easy. Oh, Lord. Okay. Wow, that was really close. But even then, when something happens like that, and when you get really, really, really close to something going south, you can still just be real easy with it and just let it kind of recover itself back up. You know what I'm saying? It definitely does a good job of being easy to control. That's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this car, is easy to control. It gives you time to think. Like, it genuinely gives you time to kind of ponder what you want to do next. Like, you think about your next move, and then you do it. And then you think about your next move, and then you do it. It's that easy. It really is that easy in this car. There we go. Push it up the hill. Ooh, push it up the hill. Come on. Wow, even uphill, 4th does pretty well. I was kind of worried that the power was going to be a little low for some of this really high speed, laying on the throttle kind of stuff, but it's not. And that's also especially why I went 1 tire size down from max in the rear, and also why I used sport tires instead of race. Because, to be honest, the sport tires are probably one of the biggest reasons why 4th and 5th gear are so good. Because I feel like if I had race tires on this car, I would just be clamoring for more power. Like, I would be like, oh, it needs more power, it needs more power, it needs more power. But as it sits right now, this car does not need any more power. And honestly, if you want a simple to drive car that will teach you the fundamentals of drifting in Forza, this is it right here. This thing does amazingly well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys thought of it. And if you have any cars you would like me to build, make sure you stick them down there as well. And make sure you subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. And I'll see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.